Alright, so I brought the minis upstairs, and I honestly, wow, it is blowing out so much. I cannot choose. This one's more purple than blue. Like it's a... Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Autumn Poppy Designs podcast. My name is Paula, and I am your host. So, it's been a little bit, but not too long, I don't think. Sorry, I'm in my basement, and it's great because here's my desk. So all my stuff is here. It's bright. It's a walkout basement. It's beautiful, but the kids are upstairs in their rooms. So I'm just like listening because I didn't bring the baby monitor down with me. They're just going down. Well, Penny's going down for a nap, and Theo's just doing quiet time because he's been a little cranky today. But let's get started and just jump right in. So, first things first, finished objects. I don't remember if I've mentioned this before. I think I have, but this is sorry, there's a crease. It's been folded in half for a while. This is the Flower Child jumper. It is knit in beautiful Comfy Cozy Knits merino singles in the color Flower Child and Iris. And it's a very simple top-down raglan. We've got 3/4 sleeves and this little ruffle hem here on the bottom. It's just a nice little lace pattern, and it sits just a little past the waistline, but you can always adjust the length any way you like. And it will be available. I didn't bring my calendar down with me. I want to say 3rd week of September, like the Saturday, so 15th, I think, or something like that. But yeah, Tez Knitters are just finishing up with all their whips, I guess. I don't know. They're just finishing up with their samples. So yeah, Ashley of Comfy Cozy Knits is gonna have these colorways available in her shop for when the update happens, along with all of her other beautiful merino singles, I mean. And yeah, I guess I should say the pattern will be available in so this is the 12-month size. I know it looks big, but that's just because it's long, but you can adjust the length. Like I said, Penny is 2, but she has this chest size of like a 12-month-old, so I always I go by her measurements that way, and then I adjust. So yeah, but all the sizing's been standardized, so there's always room for adjustments and stuff. And if you need it smaller or bigger, then it's just easy to adjust because it's a top-down raglan, so you just knit it longer or shorter as needed. Oh, sorry, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Okay, that was, whew. It was just a delivery. Anyway, jumper, yes. It's a very, very light. It's flowy. It's I knit it at not like a loose gauge, but a very light gauge, I guess. It's still a US 4. It's 24 stitches per 4 inches. So about standard, but it turned into this beautiful fabric that's very light and flowy and lacy, and I think that's Penny. I will be right back. Yeah, I'll post more information on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me there. I'm at Autumn Poppy Designs. You can find the link to that in the down bar. And yeah, let's move on. So over on my Patreon, there's a link for that down below as well. I am running a WIP challenge, and the goal is to get at least one project done before the end of the month. I finished my project, which I am so excited about. But it is for everyone who's a part of my Patreon. Doesn't matter which tier you're at. And right now, for this month anyway, whoever finishes a project before the end of the month will get one of my patterns for free. And then next month, we'll be drawing winners. Or maybe we'll even do something where everybody gets a prize as well. There's not a lot of participants right now, so it's easy to do that. But yeah, so I have had this on the needles for almost 3 years. No, for 3 years. 3 years, yes. This is, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you the whole thing. This is my Free Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. If you've been following along on the podcast, you will know that I have shown this multiple times, and I have been trying to get this off the needles for so long. Well, I did it. It is finally done. I am so happy. I cast this on in August of 2018. Yeah, after going to a Koigu wool warehouse sale, farm sale kind of thing. Like I went to their farm. Their farm in, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's north of here. It's like 2 hours almost. No, hour and a half, 2 hours, about 2 hours. And yeah, this was one of these like pre-made brown fade packs, not even really a fade, but just brown packs they had. So I organized the colors into a fade that I liked, and there we go. It is done. So the Free Your Fade, if you haven't knit one yet, it's like a asymmetric kind of crescent shawl thing. So you're just decreasing on one side while increasing on one side, so it kind of goes like this. And then you bind off at the longest edge with a picot bind off. There's these beautiful like eyelet sections in between rows of garter, so it's very pleasant to knit. And the original shawl only calls for 3 colors, but I used one of these packs. So I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. Yeah, I still have to weave in the ends and block it because I haven't done that yet. But as far as I'm concerned, it is done. So yeah, it's really quite large. It turned out a lot bigger than the pattern called for, which I'm happy with because I love oversized shawls. And yeah, so like I said, a WIP challenge on my Patreon. You can use the link below to hop over and just take a look at all the offers available through the various tiers. But basically tier 1 is 25% off pattern. I post pictures about things that I'm up to. I write little articles about things that are in the works. You get early access to all of my pattern releases at a very special discount. It's like over 30%. I let you know about everything I'm doing behind the scenes, things I'm working on, shop updates for my Etsy shop and things like that. What else? Tier 2, you get 50% off one pattern a month. This is a month. Like every month you get the same code and it resets and things like that. So yeah, tier 2 is 50% off. You get early access to test knits and all the same benefits from the previous tier, along with early access to all of my podcast episodes and things like that. And then for tier 3, you get 1 free pattern a month. You get, I do day in the life vlogs that I upload to that, and yeah, early access to shop updates and things like that. I'm saying things like that a lot. Sorry. It's been a little while since I've had like some actual human interaction, so bear with me. But yeah. Like I said, the whip challenge is available for everyone. You don't have to sign up to a certain tier. It's for everyone. We post our stuff to Instagram. Everybody lets me know what they're working on, and we chat about all the lovely things we're working on. I post an update every Monday because that's the day we started it on. I post an update every Monday. I'm sorry, I keep hearing noises and I keep freaking out that it's the kids. So yeah, every Monday I post an update to let you know what I am working on, and then everyone comments below telling me how their progress is going. We share on Instagram and we just chat. I am considering doing like a Zoom meeting so we can all chat together about everything we're working on, get to know each other better, things like that. But that will probably happen near the end of the month, so sometime next week maybe. I'll try and figure that out soon. And then the other thing that's going on over on my Patreon is a swap. So whoever wants to join in can join in, and we will be swapping something. I don't know yet. I kind of posted some ideas about maybe doing like mini skeins for blankets, for like our Cozy Memories blankets and things like that. Stitch markers, other goodies. Yeah, just small items. Something that's like very affordable to ship because shipping within Canada is unreasonable. But yeah, just like small items, little care packages. We could even do like coupon codes, just like emailing each other coupon codes, things like that. Yeah, it's just to get to know each other a little bit more, to just a nice way to end the year. It's not Christmas related or anything like that. It is happening in December, but that's also when New Year's happens. So yeah, it's just a nice little swap for the end of the year. Just like a friendly thing. Yep. So yes, if you want any more information on all of those things, check out the Patreon link, and then you'll be able to see all that. Or just send me a message, post your comments, whatever. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Yeah. So, other things I am working on. I have this sock currently in test knitting. And when I say this sock, I mean this sock pattern. This is the watercolor sock pattern, if you will. So it's a simple, oh wow, I noticed I made some mistakes on the ribbing. I won't tell if you don't. Cuff down. It's a colorwork sock. I used 5 colors for the leg because this is about as tall as I like my legs. Heel flap gusset, and then the patterning continues on the leg of the sock, or the foot of the sock, foot, and then the toe. So I have I did this with a leftover skein from my Vertices Unite. It's just right here. It still has to be blocked. But so yeah, it was a leftover skein of yarn from my Vertices Unite, and I thought it would be just enough. It was 30 grams of yarn, and I figured with the color work and everything it would be enough, or it was 40 grams. I can't remember. I wrote it down, but I can't remember. And I thought it'd be enough, but with the large color sections, there wasn't enough, so I had to order another 50 gram skein. And yeah, so I think I did end up using almost exactly 25 grams or something like that, or 30 grams. I think I used 30 grams for the sock. So then I'm using, I think I have 40. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not enough yarn. But I've already started the second sock with the leftovers from that sock because it will be enough to just do this section, and then I can use this skein to finish the rest of the sock. But yeah, these are 10-gram minis that I had gotten from Biff Sugar Yarns in the UK, and they are living in this beautiful basket, and they make me so happy, and I never want them to leave the basket because I think it looks beautiful. But yes, 10-gram minis in 8 different colors. All that I used, even with the repeats, was between 2 and 3 grams. So this is the perfect pattern for using up all of your scrappy little bits. Like, not even a whole skein of yarn or anything, like a 10-gram or 20-gram or whatever. No, like a 5-gram or less. Like, if you knit a scrappy blanket and you still have yarn left over, put it in the sock. And this is the 64 stitch size, so the medium. I used a US 2 for this section because I'm I'm still a tight color work knitter. And yeah, everything else was knit with a US 1. Just the color work was knit with a US 2. So 1.5, and no, a 2.5, no, 2.25 and a 2.5. Yes. But yeah. I actually haven't even put this on yet, but I know it will fit because I measured. And it'll be great. And so it's already been blocked. And yeah, so the test knitters I've already started. I can't remember what I wrote down as the release date. I really should have planned this better. I'm so sorry. But I will put all that information in the down bar below if you are curious, so you can look it up yourself. So the main color is Elder from Camp Fiber Yarns. I really like the speckles throughout it. It's nice because when you're knitting the body of the sock, you can barely tell, but it's still enough. I like it. I think it looks really fun. It's a nice neutral. One of my test knitters is knitting the main color in like a bright royal blue color, and then she matched her minis to be like neon colors. It looks really great. So lots of room to play with. And yeah, so that's that. The other thing that I am knitting on right now is my shawl in collaboration with Crux Fibers. So the lovely Brittany. She has been using, or she's been changing the yarn she uses to dye with. So going from just merino to all these beautiful other fibers that are, I want to say natural, but that's not right. Just other breeds, basically, not just merino yarn, but other breeds of. So this is a blue-faced Leicester, BFL. Let's go with that. I actually don't even know. Should have probably figured that one out. But it's a crescent-shaped shawl. It's a one skein for the top, and then this contrast color section. The whole top is knit in stockinette. Gonna block out beautifully, plus it's on the needles. But yeah, it is just a stunning color, and honestly I can't pronounce the name of it. It's a type of bird. It was one of her Advent colorways from last year. And it's showing up a little greeny. It's blue. It's very blue, but like a light, icy, steely blue color with white and these beautiful yellow and orange speckles. And the Gold Rush color just fits with it perfectly. So yeah, so it's a lace bottom. I'm still tweaking the lace section. I had a pattern picked out, but after working a little bit of it, I decided it needed some modifications. It needed to be longer. So we are in the process of doing that. This is the cake of Gold Rush. And it is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's messy because it's like rolling around my living room as I'm working on this. So yeah. But the yarn is beautiful. It has this like high twist to it, I guess. It is just very lovely, and it leaves your hands feeling really nice too. But yeah, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I can't wait to wear it. I can't wait for it to be done. I am so excited. So yeah, the BFL, I don't know if you would know, but it is a fingering weight yarn. So yeah, and it's actually quite generous. It's 420 yards, I think. So yeah, that is that. Those are pretty much, I have another design I'm working on, but I can't share it with you because it is a secret. It is for a knit along that charity of Brian Dyeworks and I will be hosting on December 26th. Yes, for the winter solstice. It is part of our not Advent thing. we decided to celebrate the winter solstice this year, so we're offering like an Advent style box for after Christmas. It's it goes from December 26th to December 31st. Yeah. So we are doing a sock knit along, like a mystery knit along. So the Advent box includes your yarn, stitch markers, tea, a beautiful hand balm from a local farmer out here in just a little north of me, and a project bag. And yeah, so that will be happening after Christmas. So I'm currently working up the pattern right now, and it will be going into test knitting, but it'll be very secret and nobody will be able to share any information on it. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It is something completely different. I have never actually knit anything like it. And I want to tell you all about it, and I want to show it to you because it is beautiful. At least I think so. Charity's really excited about it too, so that's great. But no, I will restrain myself. I actually left it upstairs, so I couldn't do that. But yeah, so what else? What else can I show you? I am, for the knit along on my Patreon, I actually pulled out my Bennett sister shawl, because that's been on the needles for 2 years now, I think. I bought the yarn for myself as a birthday present in 2019. Yes. And it was just after Penny was born. So yeah, 2019. But bought the yarn for myself from Ravenswood Fiber Co. because they put out this colorway, and it screamed autumn, and I just needed to have it. So I got 2 skeins of it for this shawl. I was originally knitting it with white mohair, but I hated the way it looked. It stood out too much, like the white was just in your face. So I went to what is that website called? Wool Warehouse in the UK, and they carry Drops Silk Merino, Kids Silk Merino, or no, Drops Kids Silk. Yes, sorry, it's the mohair. Anyway, getting it from their website with the shipping and everything turned out cheaper than buying it locally here. So I got 2 skeins of this beautiful mauve-y purple color. I feel like it's, yeah, it's very light. Anyway, if you've knit the Bennett Sister shawl, or looked at it, you'll know that it's a half and half. So you knit half in just plain fingering, and then the other half fingering and mohair held double. Well, I saw someone on Ravelry do a different version of it where they knit the central triangular pattern, like the V section of it, in the mohair. So that's what I'm doing because I really like the look of that. And yeah, so oh my goodness, the needles are just stuck. Okay, the shawl goes like this, and the middle bottom section is just stockinette. So you continue this garter across the top, and then the stockinette is in the middle. It's a side to side shawl. But anyway, I added the mohair in the middle here. So you can see that's what it looks like. I hope that's, yeah. Trying not to drop the stitches off the needle because the needle, oh gosh, I did it. Needle's very short, like it's a 16-inch needle. But yes, so that's what I'm working on. I am maybe 2/3 of the way through that part, the first section. Maybe half maybe. I did a stitch count yesterday. I'm over the 100 mark, and I need to get up to like 150-ish, so getting there. But we'll see, because I have exactly 2 skeins and 2 balls of mohair, so I might go until I run out of the first one and then go until the end, or just shy of running out, so that I can use up as much yarn as possible, and then I can get like a ginormous shawl. I would love that. But oh yeah, there's tassels on this thing, and I want the tassels. There's 3 tassels. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll see what it's like once we get to the actual stitch count and go from there. See how much yarn I have left, and then how much bigger I want to go, and if I'll still have enough for tassels, because I don't have a shawl with tassels. Yeah, that would be great. If you don't know, the Bennett Sister shawl is by Larkspur Knits. It's been out for a while, but I just discovered it. I was way late to the party, which is fine, because I don't like jumping on bandwagons and knitting everything the same as everybody else is knitting. I kind of like knitting things after. Because then you get to see what everybody else has come up with, all their color combinations, their inspirations, and then you get to kind of be like, oh, well, yours looks really good. I kind of want the same thing. And then you shop around for similar colors, and yeah. Or since dyers are constantly coming up with beautiful new colorways, you get to wait it out and see something that really, really suits you. So yeah, I have a couple other designs on the needles. I will share one of them with you because I'm actually very much excited about it, and the color is just great. If you've been following me on Instagram and you've been watching my stories, I've posted about it a couple times. It is going to be another raglan jumper for Penny. It's very small because it is scrunched up on tiny, tiny needles. These are actually the blue Chiaogus because I didn't have my other needles on me. So very tiny scrunched up, but basically same construction as the Flower Child jumper, but there are modifications. For one, the sleeves. I am just going to surprise you with those because I am so excited about them, but I don't want to give it away yet. But I am using a sock set from the Creative Knitter. It is called Tropic Like It's Hot, and it is magical. That actually looks like it's turning out to be exactly the right color that you're looking at. It has, I mean, white and hot pink, but also like bright green and turquoise and orange and red and purple, and I think it doesn't have blue. I think that's the only color that's not in here is blue. Yeah, I mean, it's got this like bluey green that's more of a turquoise, but yeah, it's beautiful. So yes, I am knitting that up. It is an 80-20 yarn, merino. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. So the mini is this beautiful bright orange, but it also has like gentle speckles throughout it. And yeah, so I just finished doing the sleeve increases. I'm going to do the body increases now. And then split for the sleeves. So I've been working on that on and off again when the kids are playing outside and I just didn't bring down anything else from upstairs with me, or I just need something a little vanilla-y to knit on. Yeah, the last thing, yes, last thing I wanted to show you is this beautiful swatch. I haven't shared it yet anywhere, but it is using unspun yarn or unspun wool. There we go, unspun wool from Wild in the Woods. It's a collaboration that we are doing for a adult sweater, and I held it double with mohair from Crux Fiber in the color Provenance, and it makes me so very happy. This will be my not very first time, but pretty much the first time knitting with unspun wool, and let me tell you, it is amazing. The yarn or the wool is just beautiful. It leaves your hands feeling so nice and soft. It's not hard at all to knit with because if it breaks, and it's done. Yeah, it is just so lovely. I've used Plotolopi, but I kind of started a shawl with it and then just put it away for a long time. So yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I've already cast on, I've knit a bunch on the body. It's upstairs though. I don't want to show it yet because I'm slowly working away at it. But yes, I really don't know what else to tell you about that. It's worsted weight, I guess, the gauge that I'm knitting it at, but I mean, you can't, yeah, it's kind of like a DK with the mohair. It turns out to be a worsted, so it'll be a winter sweater and it'll be beautiful, and I am so excited for it. And yeah. I've got 3 more things to mention and then we are done. I have a sock tube. Don't know if I've showed you this before, but I will be going upstairs in a little bit to film a tutorial on how to turn it into a sock, and that'll be available over on my Patreon. This is self-striping yarn from Crux Fibers in the, it was her day 25 Advent sock colorway. Yeah, it is just stunning. I like how the stripes are not the same size, like lengths, I guess. Because like some of these are 4, but then this one will be like 5, and this one's only like 2. And yeah, I like that a lot. It's really fun. It made the knit go so much quicker because you're like, just get to the next color, and then suddenly you have a whole sock tube in like less than a week. It's like, oh my god. So it comes with a contrasting mini that I will be using for heels and toes. I've already measured that out and done all the math on it, so I know I have exactly enough for 2 socks, and the leg's still going to be quite long, which is kind of a surprise. I was hoping they'd be shorties, but I'm really happy either way. And then I have recently released 2 sock patterns. First up was the rose socks. This is leftover yarn from my Vertices Unite shawl as well. It is called Sunspot Baby from Crooked Kitchen Yarn. They're actually local to me. But yeah, so the rose socks are twisted rib, cuff down. They have a lace pattern on the front with this, it's like a 1x1 rib. So you like twist 2 and then twist 2. But yeah. And then what I did is I put that same cable, not rib, cable, the same cable on the back, but slightly different. And then heel flap gusset and my standard toe. So yeah, those are those. So those are available now. They came out a little while ago. And the other pattern that I released are my orchard socks. So these are cherry on top socks. So they go in with the Peachy Keen and Perfect socks. This is the Cherry Orchard colorway from Camp Fiber Yarns that she released last year. I still have the Plum Orchard sock set, but I don't know what to do with it. So I might just leave it for a while and maybe do something with it next year. But cuff down, it's got a longer rib because the rib goes right into the pattern. And it's lace and baubles, and there's this lace pattern that runs down the back of the leg, and that same lace pattern runs down the outside of the foot of the sock. Sorry, trying to show it to you. There we go. So yeah, here and here. And yeah, so you get one bauble section on the front with the 2 lace patterns, and on the back it's 2 of the baubles and 1 lace in the middle. And then I did a bit of color on the heel flap, the heel turn. The heel flap is just plain, and then the toe. So yeah, those are the cherry on top socks, and those are also available now. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to share those with you because taking photos of them was actually really hard. The color kept blowing out, and then with the lace pattern being on the front, it was like, and it is so awkward and so hard to take photos of your own feet, and I managed to finish and block those socks like the day before the release, so I just ran out of time. It was raining a lot the day before I went to release the pattern, so it was like, all right, well, kitchen countertop photos we'll have to do for now. So I'm hoping to get good photos of those soon, and then I will update the listings with the new photos to hopefully show you the socks better. And yeah, and last thing, something different, I thought I would mention the book I'm currently reading, because yes, I am reading a book right now, and I am so happy about it. It's taking a little while. I think I've been reading this for like 3 months now, but that's okay because we moved in that time, so I'm blaming part of that on the move. And the book is quite large. I think it's, oh my goodness. Well, hopefully I didn't just spoil anything for myself here. Okay, good, I didn't. Oh my goodness, there's like a whole bunch of stuff at the back of the book I had no idea about. It's a reading group book. 400 pages. 400 pages. And I'm getting close to the end. I have 100 pages left. Anyway, this is called the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I was at Shoppers Drug Mart mailing all the lovely packages from an Etsy shop update, and I came across this. It was 30% off, so I had to grab it. And it's completely different. It's about this lady in the 80s. She's a housewife. And it was like, oh, I can kind of relate to being a housewife, so why not? But she's got teenage kids, a mother-in-law that lives with her, and her husband is never home. And this guy moves in, and suddenly her world is upside down, and things go crazy, and she begins to think he's a vampire. And they do have a book club. It all starts because she joins a book club. But yes, it's crazy. It's broken up into these sections. That's what all the black is throughout the book. And yeah, apparently Grady Hendrix is like this whole supernatural kind of writer. Like, he writes about teenagers and he has like a whole introduction in this book that was actually really interesting. Horror Store, My Best Friend's Exorcism, Paperbacks from Hell, and We Sold Our Souls. I really like his style of writing. I might actually have to check out those other books, because in the introduction that he does in this, he talks about his other book and how it's like a whole different perspective. And his inspiration for this book was like putting his mom up against vampires and how that would turn out. So it's kind of really funny. But yes, I highly recommend this book. It is really, really good. Yeah. I also recently bought a couple more books. Every time I've put in an order from Amazon for something. Oh, I needed glue for the stitch markers I make, and I couldn't order it unless it was over $25, so I had to buy a book. So I bought the House of Salt and Sorrow, or the House of, I think it's Salt and Sorrow. It's like a retelling or like a different version of the 12 Dancing Princesses. I think it's a YA, but it sounded really good and had really, really good reviews. And then I also bought, oh my goodness, what's it called? It's by Alice Hoffman. It's the book Before Practical Magic. I can't remember the name of it. But last year she released, oh my god, I am so blanking on names. Give me a second. I have it. Give me a second. she released Magic Lessons last year. That's what it's called. And I haven't read it yet, but I want to. And while it says it's the prequel to Practical Magic, I actually looked it up on her website, and if you want to read them in chronological order, like not release date order, but like storytelling chronological order, you read this one first, and then you read The Rules of Magic, which is the book I got, and then you read Practical Magic, and then you read the last one, because there's a fourth one. And I don't actually remember the name of the fourth one either, and I don't have it, but I will. And I don't have Practical Magic either, but I will get them. I will get them, and I will have the whole series, and I will read it all, and I want to finish this one so I can start this one, because it's almost fall and Halloween and Practical Magic season, and I need to start reading books like that. So yes, very excited for it. So tell me, do you have any books you're reading seasonally? Are there any books you're reading right now? Are you looking forward to reading more books? Let me know. Let's chat. Let's be friends. Tell me all about it. I want to know everything. So yeah, that's it. That's really it. I have a whole bunch of other projects that I'm working on and things I'm getting started to work on in terms of design. I just had an Etsy shop update. I'll link that below too, so you can go check it out. But yeah, busy. Theo starts school in 2 weeks on the 7th. We're doing last minute start of school running around next week. Like, he's got a dentist appointment, he's got a haircut, we've got I gotta go get him a first day back to school outfit and possibly some sneakers. But yeah, he's already got his lunch bag, and he's got his backpack, and he's got everything else, so we're good to go there. And I got a bunch of new clothes for gym and things like that. So yeah, yeah, I think that's it for me. So let me know how you've been, what you're up to, what you're doing, and I will see you soon. Bye.